Good morning, welcome to day 34 of my Munros challenge. Today I'm walking route number 38. Now let me try and pronounce this one. Faochagach, which I believe is the heathery place. It's a half-day walk and it's described as extremely boggy. In fact, it's described as a swamp, the first section, which I can confirm. There you go, I'm parked where we parked yesterday, on the A835, the little car park near the bridge and the weather station. But you start by crossing the road over a little stile into the swamp. Away we go. Well, so far the path hasn't been that bad, other than the first 100 metres or so once across the stile, which was very swampy. But we have had a dry spell for about a week, so maybe I've just caught it on a good day. I can see in patches it could be very wet given the appropriate weather conditions, so hopefully we're going to get away with it today. So I made a mistake there. I followed a footpath which pretty much took me to this lock, and I should have stayed further east. So I'm just cutting across to try and pick up the proper path. It's not bad underfoot actually. It looks a lot worse where I'm heading. So maybe the proper path did go through the swamp. Yeah, this path is quite well walked. Very dry up here. So I might have skirted the worst bit of the bog. It's rising quite nice gradient, so making height reasonably quickly. Good to be on the proper path again. Just looking down the glen, Faochagach, the A835 cutting through. Just make out the car park. We're going to finish going up here and then we're going to hang a left and skirt over there. We've still got about 250 metres of ascent, so a fair way to go still. It's good to see they've marked some cairns. One there, marking the way back down the hill so you can pick up the proper footpath when we're coming back. Skirt over there now. So the Land Rover track runs around there, and there's another track going a bit higher up there. So I'm taking the higher track. It looks like it makes its height a little bit quicker, and the summit is pretty much in a straight line beyond that hill there. It goes again, probably a similar ascent again, I would have said. Some shelving going on, as we saw yesterday. Glacial shelving up here, can you see? Right near the top, it's interesting again. Must be as the glaciers were retreating. So here we are. Faochagach. I think I got that right. Probably not. I've just finished my sandwich and the clouds have lifted. So I need to show you some views. So that's Derg, or Faochagach, I think the locals call it. And then in front here is Connemara, and then beyond the other side of it behind is Milna Caprician, which we did the other day. I also did Edis Nanclac Gila, which you can't quite see, which was absolutely breathtaking day. So as I pan round over there, here's the four we did yesterday. So the first one was Beanlath Morfanac, which you remember, which was over there, and then we had a really tough descent. Then we walked over a top and then up to the biggest peak you can see over there, which was Skirgmore, and then we walked down to the one in the middle, which was Mealgorm, and then the last one of the day, the peak right at the end of the ridge, was An Collision. Absolutely fantastic day. So retracing our steps now. You can see the rough track down below, heading over that. that small top there, drop down the other side, then down to the bog and the car park. It's quite straightforward descent. So we're just coming down to the bit where I joined the path earlier this morning, having gone astray. So I dropped down that steep bank there and I joined the path at the bottom here. So you can see the path wraps around the bottom and crosses the so-called swamp, which is what I'm going to do just to see what the official path and track is like. The path isn't too bad at all actually. It skirts the bog and the swamp on the edge of this hillside. So still not sure how I missed it earlier, but yeah, sometimes you do miss paths. So there you go, I'm back on the track I was first thing this morning, having cut across the bog over there. I took a path which went that way around the bank, which is this one here, but that section is pathless, so make your own mind up. Back on path anyway, won't be long before back at the car. Hi, welcome to day 34 of my Munros challenge. Today I walked route number 38, which is Wednesday the 1st of September. I parked in the same car park as yesterday, the small car park just north of the Torrinus Bridge near the weather station, the A835. Half day walk, nice, lovely walk, nice rest day if you like, or should be, or could be. Today was described as a swamp, but after the dry spell that we've just had, I found it actually not so bad, but I did go wrong. But on the way back I went what I thought was the correct way, and still it wasn't overly swampy. Just on that note, I now believe the correct path does skirt the mound as I initially started, but rather than cutting across the swamp to the river, you continue skirting around the mound, and eventually you'll cross the river and meet up with the path that I initially took wrongly, because I continued on the path to the lock. Nevertheless, the walk itself was lovely. It was quite steep, and it made its ascent quite quickly up to maybe the first 2/3 of the walk, and then once you get onto the plateau, the slopes are gentler and they're nice, and the hills lovely and rounded. So it makes for a very pleasant walk, a very pleasant change to some of the steep hills that I've done recently. I have to say the views were stunning at the top. I had fabulous views of various hills that I've recently done. So the wonderful view of Ben Gerard, or Beenderg as I was calling it, and which I did a few days ago. That was a series of 4. And then the fabulous views of Skirgmore. First of all peeping through the cloud, and then the cloud cleared over the sandwiches, and I saw the whole 4 hills that we climbed the previous day. Absolutely great views. Yeah, and it was a lovely half day's walk. So it was 9¼ miles. I did it in under 5 hours, just under, taking me time, and there was 2,382 feet of ascent. But notwithstanding all that, I have got a huge day the next day, so I decided to start the next day early and go wild camping. So I packed all my kit, tent and such like, excess water, and I headed off to the Fisherfield Round. So I actually had quite a full day. So there you go, that's in the next video.